Good morning, children. So, hope you all are doing good. And we were studying in our last session our second chapter, right? Introduction we had on what is our chapter? Importance of chemistry in our life, right? So, in that we were studying two topics, that is fertilizers and pesticides. That means chemistry in food. What is the importance of chemistry in our fooding? That means if you are doing, we have to in our field we are growing a particular crop variety, and if the soil is not fertile for that crop, that means if there is no nutrients in the soil, that crop will not grow there. So what we will do, we will add some chemicals into the soil so that its fertility will increase, the fertility of the soil will increase. As a result, the crop will produce large yield. Okay, so we have to add some chemicals in the soil to improve the fertility. Okay, we will add some chemicals in the soil to improve the fertility. So if the soil is fertile but there are no if it contains so many pesticides in the field, or so many rat or any another rodents in the field, or any another unwanted crop or unwanted grass is growing, so that grass or that plant will take the all other nutrients, our crop is not able to grow there, so that all are affecting the productivity. So what we have to do, we have to destroy that unwanted things. So for that also we will take the help of some other chemicals. So in all these cases, chemistry is playing an important role. Okay, so if we have to improve the fertility of the soil, for example, in the soil if there is no nitrogen content, we will add the chemical containing nitrogen like urea, etc. Or another, if there is no potassium in the soil, we will add some potash in the soil, so that with the help of these chemicals our crop will grow very in a proper order, and it will produce large variety of large yield, also large number of product we will get. Okay, so in another case, if all these are there, if the nutrients everything is there, our soil is fertile, but in our soil it may contain, or in the crop it may contain so many pesticides, or sorry, so many insects are present, or the rat is present, rat coming and taking all the yield. So what happens, we have to destroy these all things, we will take the help of pesticides, insecticides, rodenticides, etc. Right? So what are these, what do you mean by pesticide? Pesticide means the chemicals used to destroy or to kill the insects, rodents, or unwanted grass varieties in the field. Okay, that is pesticides. So up to there we have studied in our last session, and now we are going to study food processing. What do you mean by food processing? For example, if we are growing sugar cane, if there is a sugar cane plantation in a field, okay, from that sugar cane, is it possible to take sugar cane directly in the home and prepare food? No. What we have to do? We have to change that sugar cane into jaggery good, or we have to change it into sugar. Right? So what we have to do, first we have to take the sugar cane from the field and we have to take it to the factories or in the processing area, and they will clean it, they will process it, and they will convert it into sugar or jaggery, like that things. That is food processing. Okay, or another thing, if we are taking, if there is wheat farming, okay, that wheat is not able to eat directly. First what they will do, they will take the wheat, they will take it to the factory or wherever it is, and they will process it, and they will made it, powder it, they will change it into different forms, and in that forms it will be available in the market. Right? That is called food processing. So see this, there is a great demand for ready to eat food today. Right? So ready to eat food, like our snacks items that are ready to eat, open the packet and directly eating, that is ready to eat, like Lays, like that items. Okay, so to prepare such foods, the material is, so if we have to prepare that food, it is not available directly in the field, we have to prepare it in different factories. So we have, for preparing such a food, the material is, some points are there. First one, made to go through a series of physical as well as chemical treatment. Okay, for example, the packet food like biscuits or snacks items, or that Lays and all. Okay, Lays and all, or that sweet items, that all are kept in the shop for many days, more than 1 month or 2 months, but it is not getting damaged, right? Its freshness will not go. At any time we can eat it. It will be always fresh. But if you are keeping some vegetable at which one is cooked in your house for more than 1 or 2 days, it will get spoiled, right? So why that food items are not spoiling? The ready to eat food items, why it is not spoiling? Have you ever think like that? That the Lay's packet, all of you have, you are all have taken eaten that Lay's, right? Okay, so these or biscuit packets, small packets of biscuits, dairy milk, like that, sweet items, why these things are not spoiling even if we are keep buying after 1 month or 2 months, or sometimes in the bottle or in that packet it will be written best before 10 18 month, like that. So that much days it will be there without any damaging. Have you ever thought about it, why it is not damaging? But our food, what our parents or mother is cooking in the kitchen, will spoiled within 1 or 2 days, right? So why you are, have you ever think like that, why it is like this? So because that food, these ready to eat food, have passed through so many physical and chemical treatment. So, like they are mixed with additives. What do you mean by additives? Some other chemicals are known as additives. And finally packaged. What is this additives means? Additives are those substances. It will be explained here. Additives, see this, additives are chemicals used for various purposes, like flavoring agents, preservatives are the two important classes of additives. See, some food items, see if you are taking packaged food, like let it be Lay's itself, different flavors are, some are of cheese flavor, some are of that tomato sauce flavor, chili flavor, like the different flavored snacks are there, right? So we are adding that flavoring agent, flavoring chemicals are added, or different toffees, that birthday time you will bring to school, no, small toffees, different flavored toffees are there, right? So these all are flavoring agents added in it. And preservatives, what are preservatives? Preservatives are those chemicals added in the food to avoid from spoiling. Because of the preservatives, the food item will not get spoiled. Okay, if we are not adding preservative, our food will get spoiled. That is why the food we are eating in our home will damage within 1 or 2 days. Why? Because our parents will not add chemicals in the food. Okay, we are not adding chemicals in our food, so that there is no preservative, so it will spoiled very fastly. But this artificial food or the ready to eat food contains so many preservatives and so many flavoring agents in it. Okay, that is known as additives. Okay, so the ready to eat food are mixed with additives and finally packed. Okay, so all these steps taken together are called food processing. What is food processing? It is the steps taken to pack a ready to eat food, that is food processing. So additives we have already studied. Okay, so next, flavoring agent. Two types of additives are there. Which are the two types? First one is flavoring agent, second one is preservative. So first one is flavoring agent. What is this flavoring agent? Like so many flavors are there. Vanilla flavor is there, then our tomato flavor is there, so many flavor, lemon flavor is there, strawberry flavors are there, so many flavors are there. Taste, so that taste adding agents, that are known as flavoring agents. So see this, salt, sweetness means what? Substances used to get sweet. Okay, like sugar. Okay, salt, sweetness, citric acid. What is citric acid? Citric acid means our lemon flavor, okay, or orange flavor. Vinegar, alcohol are common flavoring agents. Okay, instead of alcohol we can use vanilla essence. These all are flavoring agents. Nowadays the use of crude salt is avoided. The crude salt obtained from seawater is refined by chemical process. So crude salt, that means the salt which is directly taken from the seawater. We know that seawater is salt in taste. Okay, that seawater is directly taken and we will do some other chemical method and we will get to the powder form. Okay, so that is not using nowadays because this crude salt may contain so many chemicals in it, so many other impurities in it. So when we are eating directly, so many health problems are coming. So what the salt now used in our home, that is iodized salt. So when you are buying salt, when your parents are buying salt, you can see the packet. In the packet, it will be written there iodized salt. What is the use of iodized salt means? The iodine, it may contain iodine. Iodine is the very important thing used for our thyroid gland, the gland present in our throat. Okay, it is needed for the growth of our body. Okay, so if we are using that crude salt means, that means the salt taken by from the sea water, that salt does not contain iodine. So it will affect our health, it will give so many health problem for us. So nowadays crude salt is not used. Instead of crude salt, which salt is used? Iodized table salt is used. Okay, which prevent diseases like goiter. Goiter means our throat problems, like what thyroid type of problems. Okay, so next, sugar is obtained from where? Sugar is obtained from sugarcane juice, which is clarified by a chemical method. So in your area, in our place, we have so many sugar mills, right? So what they will do, they will take the sugarcane and they will do so many processing, and sugarcane is converted to sugar, jaggeries, etc. See, these all are food processing. Okay, so sugar substitute or artificial sweeteners like saccharine, aspartame and sucrose are all synthetic chemicals. No need to by heart these all things. Okay, so these all are the chemicals used to improve the sweet items. Okay. Then citric acid is obtained from lemon juice and vinegar is obtained from acetic acid and mixed with the water. So some from lemon juice or from orange juice we are preparing citric acid. From acetic acid is another type of acid present in our alcohol and all. Okay, so that is vinegar. Then vinegar, where we will use vinegar? Sirka, where we will use it? We will use for making our pickle and all. In pickles and all we will put this vinegar. Okay, for using as a preservatives. Then alcohol, what is alcohol? Alcohol is prepared from molasses. That means our wine all are there, no wine. So these all are, that is alcohol. Okay, that is a type of alcohol. Okay, another alcohol are also there. Okay, these all are prepared by fermentation. That all we will study in our coming class chapter. Okay, now only in introduction only we are studying. So what is this what is this additives in that flavoring agent? What are these flavoring agents? Flavoring agents are used to increase the flavor or give different taste to our food items. So different flavoring agents. Which are the different flavoring agent? Citric acid, vinegar, sugar, etc. Okay. So next we are going to study preservative. What are the preservatives? So what is preservatives? Preservatives are chemicals used to keep the food for long time period. Understand? So preservatives are those substances used to keep the food item for a long time period or without get spoiled. The following two classes of food preservatives are used. Which are the two classes? First one is antimicrobes. What are they? They check the growth of any microorganisms like fungus, etc. in the food. Some common examples are sodium benzoate for jams, pickles, sauce and fizzy drinks. Sulfide, so these mentioned are some chemicals which are adding in our food item. Okay, so for what purpose? Sometimes the food item, you can see that in bread or jam, after the expiry date, you can see fungus are started to grow. In bread and all, if you are not eating the bread and keeping for some time, you can see a green color fungus is growing in it. Okay, or in the pickles, you can see a white color fungus are growing. So these all are things, after the expiry date, they will start to grow. And before that time they will be fresh. Why? Because we are adding some chemicals like sodium benzoate, sulfide, sulfur dioxide, etc. For what purpose? To avoid the growth of this fungus and all. So when we add these chemicals, what happens? These fungus or these bacteria will not grow, so that our food item will always be fresh. It will not get spoiled. Same way some fruits, these fruit sellers, their fruits, if a fruit is grown in our home, within 2-3 days it will get spoiled. But if we are buying it, seeing in the shop, it will be there in the shop for more than 2-3 weeks without damaging. Why? That the shopkeepers will add some chemicals in it, like sulfite, sulfur dioxide, etc. These all are harmful for our growth. It is not good for our health, but then also they will put these chemicals in the food item. For what purpose? To improve their, to avoid them from spoiling, so that these food will not get spoiled at any time. Okay. So this much only, this much we can study. Up to antimicrobes is enough. So read your textbook. Okay. Remaining topic we will study in the coming class. Okay. So read your textbook. This chapter is very simple. Okay. Simple chapter only. Okay. Then all of you take care. Thank you.